Breaking right now, Kamala Harris is demanding a whole new set of rules for her going into the debate on ABC News. Now, her buddy, the woman who actually set her up with Dougie Boy, the husband, yeah, that would be Dana Walden, who runs ABC News, a Disney company, incidentally. Yeah, so this is her longtime friend. And apparently she's not okay with the rules that the Democrat Party had negotiated. She wants her own set of rules, including some stuff like this. This is per Politico, you guys. She wants all microphones to be hot. Hot, hot, hot all the time. So Kamala Harris can make sure that you catch any of those little things that Donald Trump might say under his breath, or anything that he might do that interrupts her. Of course, it's helpful to interrupt her. Just like it would have been helpful to interrupt Joe Biden. Why? Because Joe Biden can't string a sentence together, and nor for that matter can Kamala Harris. I mean, this lady is word salad galore. I'm just wondering if we're going to hear this.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been.
Oh my goodness. I mean, it's tough, right? I mean, you're running for president and you can't actually string a few sentences together. You get some weird, eccentric little expressions that maybe you're going to try and work into the show. I don't know. But it's not just that. Okay, so she wants the mics open, hot, all the time. She also wants to be able to have some note cards. She wants to be able to bring some notes to the table because, she might forget how to speak or what to say. And she wants the ability to draw from those notes as opposed to, committing things to memory and actually having the ability to speak, just like we do here on this show, right? No prompter, no nothing, no scripts, just you and me. And there's a live chat, so careful what you say. I'm going to get to some of your comments momentarily, but this is wild. So she wants her notes, and she wants the microphones wide open at all times. And here's the other doozy. She wants to make sure that they are not standing, but rather that they are seated. So some of you might say, well, what's that about? I'll tell you exactly what it's about. You see, Kamala is a little on the tiny side. She doesn't have a lot of stature. She'd have to wear some awfully high heels and maybe even get a little podium that she could stand on if she's going to be standing there next to Donald Trump. So given that she's so petite, she doesn't want to appear less or, I'm guessing, petite. So those are the three biggies. She wants to have her note cards. She wants to be seated so nobody sees just exactly how short she is in comparison. And of course, she wants to make sure that the microphones are open. If you go back to the Politico article, even they get it, right? Harris's campaign wants the mics to be hot at all times during the ABC debate, as has historically been the case. Oh, I love how they throw that in at presidential debates. But you see, the Democrats didn't want the mics hot because they feared that Donald Trump would jump in and railroad Biden. And so they deliberately, they realized that didn't work out so well, right? Because perhaps Joe Biden would have done better had Donald Trump jumped in to save him effectively. So here's the quote from Brian Fallon, the Harris campaign's senior advisor for communications. Amazing that she has anybody on staff. I mean, remember they kept dropping like flies because apparently Kamala is not so easy to work for. Anyway, I digress. Here we go. Quote, "We have told ABC News and other networks seeking to host a possible October debate that we believe both candidates' mics should be live throughout the full broadcast." He told Playbook in a text message last night confirming some of their reporting that, quote, "Our understanding is that Trump's handlers prefer the muted microphone because they don't think their candidate can act presidential for 90 minutes on his own." Oh, wow. We suspect Trump's team has not even told their boss about this dispute because it's too embarrassing to admit. They don't think he can handle himself against Vice President Harris without the benefit of a mute button. Wow, that's really loaded, right? That's really nasty, but that's what these people do, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, Politico got it. They said it's very clear the VP's team is really hoping to get Donald Trump to lose his cool on his microphone. That's what this whole thing has been about, right? All the press that you see, all the super duper positive press is really designed to taunt Donald Trump in some ways. We have more of that because, you know what? It's not making a difference in terms of the poll numbers. They're spinning it one way, but I have the truth coming up. A quick word from a sponsor. Stunning island of Ireland. Just incredible. You know, when I was a little kid and we'd visit here, my mom would say, if you're lucky enough, you might actually get a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow, because that's where the leprechauns leave it. So we looked, we didn't find any, but I consider it probably having been good advice, because as I got older, I learned that gold is pretty valuable. It's valuable in terms of diversification. I encourage you to take a look at it, and when you do, call our friends, our wonderful sponsors over at American Hartford Gold. You can go to trishlovesgold.com, Trish loves gold, and wow, it's windy here. You can text 65532, my name, Trish, to 65532 for your chance to get up to $15,000 in free silver, ladies and gentlemen. Just a terrific offer.